there's three things that I always reflect back on in terms of what I think made me do what I do now. And one is number one was or is passion. So I really think you have to love what you do in terms of starting your own. But it doesn't mean you have to start your own, but it's also, I think, if you want to live a really authentic and great life, I think it doesn't matter if you're employed or have a little side business or start your own business. But I think really love what you do. So you drive on Monday morning being really excited. And of course, in every, if you start your business or have your perfect role, there is always ups and downs. So I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking like generally loving what you're doing and, doing something that you want to do every single day. So passion is number one. Number two is having quite a clear vision. So if that's for your business, where you're going, because I especially think in this day and age, it's so easy to be sidetracked and it's so easy to forget where you're going, and especially when it's tough. And I have never seen a business go straight like that. It's always like loads and loads of side curves.
Yeah, the jungle gym.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So having a vision, so when there are tough times, that pull you forward. So having a clear vision, it doesn't mean that can't change, but in terms of, your long-term vision, what is that? So everyone, you included yourself, where are we heading? So when it's tough or when it's, not so fun, this is where we're going. So everyone is kind of part of that. And number three is not to take no for an answer, or don't say no, say how. And we have that big letters on our office wall, and I really do think that made a massive difference when you start a business. And for me, that was like everything, and I still use it every single day. I never take no for an answer, and it doesn't mean that I say yes to everything, of course, and it doesn't mean that I'm just thinking about it's all about me. It's always about a win-win. So you always look about, if you want to achieve something, how can I achieve it, and how can I bring people on to make sure it's a win-win. And that's anything from, I often take an example as when I was opening the first store in Sydney, the courier said, well, it's Friday night, if I'm not in Sydney by 9 o'clock, I'm finishing. I'm like, no, you don't understand. We're opening on Saturday morning and we're paying rent for that. So I took his number, I took his home number, his mobile number, his private number. I had everything to make, and I called him all the time, where are you, making sure he made it. So, and of course then, I said, hey, if you can be a bit flexible, then of course we will use your company for a long time. So there's always a win-win. And I do that in my private life as well. If I can't get an appointment, I always say, can I be on the wait list? And if there's no wait list, I always say, can you create a wait list? And, there's always a way. And I think that, there's so many small businesses that fail the first few years. And I think if you use that, if you really want to make something happen, work out how you can do it. I think that is the third.
Do you find that being a woman and being really strong and knowing what you want and going for it, have you come up against anything where you have felt discrimination because you are a female?
I've never felt that, and I don't know if it's my upbringing where I felt I'm equal, and I never ever thought any different. So I never think about gender. I always think about getting the job done. If it's a male, female, doesn't matter. So I never had that issue, but I know it's out there. So I'm not naive to that. But for me, I never had that issue ever. And it's always been getting the job done, and whatever it is, if it's a position at work, I don't really care if it's a female or male, as long as it's the right person for the right job.